Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a 3-time Pro Bowler, Derek Carr, leading the Oakland Raiders as they square off against the #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray, and the Arizona Cardinals. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cardinals set to go on offense. It'll be Kyler Murray leading the way. What a year for him at Oklahoma in 2018. Heisman Trophy winner, better than 4,300 passing yards, 42 touchdowns. And don't forget about running the football as well. He had a 1,000-yard season rushing it with 12 touchdowns on the ground as well. This is David Johnson, a former All-Pro. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
Christian Kirk's speed demands that we keep eyes on him anytime he's on the field. Had a nice rookie season 2018. Unfortunately, ended it on the IR with a broken foot in December, looking to regain his form and run those deep routes that terrorize defenses.
From the 27, Murray. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On the double. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Come on, D!
On second down, Johnson takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Don't worry about the packaging. LaMarcus Joyner may look like a corner, but does his best work as a safety. Great intelligence, great leadership. This guy can be used all over the secondary in order to bat passes away.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Throwing is Murray on third down. And that is incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback now from Fresno State, Derek Carr, a kid who's from Bakersfield, California, then went to high school in Texas for 3 seasons, went back to California to finish his high school career, on to Fresno State in college, and now every season in the NFL has been with Oakland, including 2018 where he had his first 4,000-yard campaign and hoping to build on that in 2019 and beyond. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 20. This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. A look now at the Oakland offense.
And there's offensive tackle Trent Brown, signed away from New England in the offseason on a 4-year, $66 million deal to protect his new quarterback in Oakland, Derek Carr. No stranger to the Bay Area. First 3 years in the league, where with San Francisco as a 49er, he can play left or right tackle.
From the 22, Carr, and finding the tight end Wilson. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Safety DJ Swearinger brings not just athletic ability to the field, he also brings a strong belief that he can get to the football on every snap. An absolutely fierce hitter, you can feel his intensity even when you're sitting down and having a meeting with him prior to the game.
The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on third down. On the draw, Richard. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
This is Richard, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Carr finds Williams, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So into Cardinal territory now. It's first and 10 at the 46. Carr gives to Richard. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They run the counter. Richard shedding the tackle that gives him some room. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Check, 43. Go.
The first carry now for Doug Martin. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second and 5 now. Carr caught by Wilson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Doug Martin touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Monday, down. 180. 58, right there.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
They run the counter with Martin. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target, but now it'll be third down. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the gun, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Here comes the ball.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away, and the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. Johnson's got it complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Before this season started, Johnson said this new offensive system would allow him to really be effective in the passing game. He actually likened it to 2016 when he had almost 900 receiving yards. He said one of his goals is to become the 3rd player in league history to hit 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. They also noted that he's really comfortable in this scheme. It's like his days, his college days at Northern Iowa when he was part of a team that based out of a shotgun with a running quarterback.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. A 4th-round pick in 2018, Chase Edmonds with a carry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 9, Murray. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burko?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then he curls back inside for the completion.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Murray now to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Charles Clay there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That time, a 9-play drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the confidence from last week carrying over to this week.
2 weeks in a row, and I have to admit, last week, I thought they were going to really struggle running the football. I thought that they had a real challenge on their hands, and they more than met it and created big-time openings that he just absolutely hurdled through. And they figured, why not? Let's carry it forward this week. Again, the same thing. All the blocking schemes are there. I think they've really done a great job. That B-gap between the guard and the tackle has been there all game for them, and they continue to exploit it.
And he's just going downhill.
Not only downhill, but with incredible, incredible force.
On 2nd and 2, Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Martin. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Martin. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Martin re-signed with the Raiders May 1st after Isaiah Crowell went down with the Achilles injury. He's out for the year. Martin now in his 2nd season in Oakland, 723 yards last year. His career numbers are so interesting. 6 seasons in Tampa prior to Oakland, 2 years of 1,400 yards, but then he never topped 500 the other 4 years due to injuries and other various issues. But now he says his full focus is on 2019. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Martin. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw with Carr. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now! 180! 180, we're good, we're good! 180!
On 1st down, Martin. Allen Bailey in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Carr. Incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Draw play. This is Martin.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Carlson able to put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They're running it.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack.
Talking about.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Coming this way, here we go,
Murray with a 3rd and long. And able to find Kirk complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Nice pass that time by the number 1 pick, Kyler Murray. Also drafted 9th in the Major League Baseball draft. He's the only person ever to be taken top 10 in both sports. Go back to his Allen High School days in Texas. He was 42-0 as a starting quarterback. Freshman year, he was at Texas A&M, then the transfer to Oklahoma, sat behind Baker Mayfield. Then his opportunity came last year. Boy, did he make the most of it. Won the Heisman Trophy and led the Sooners to the college football playoff. A first down carry here for Johnson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Murray. This complete to the tight end, Clay.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. On 2nd and 9, Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete.
That's it, baby.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo. Some call it monster. Some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 31, Murray completes it to Fitzgerald. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Rabbit.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Antonio Gates there to make the grab as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. They start the drive with Martin, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Carr now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. They run the counter. Martin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Martin. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 36, Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Carr. And he's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Carlson on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Murray now on 1st down. Screen play, Johnson. And some space here. Oh, it still won't go down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Johnson, absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray, and he finds Fitzgerald. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The busy night continues for Johnson. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. This just a 24-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Open man here, T.J. Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground with Shard. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now, 43, 180. 180, we're good, we're good. 180.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you guys in just a little bit. This one of 5 games currently in progress as we kick off the second week of preseason action. We'll have 3 more tomorrow night, 5 on Saturday, and then 3 nationally televised games. Saints, Chargers, Seahawks, Vikings on Sunday, and on Monday night, the 49ers and the Broncos in Denver. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deontay Thompson, the rookie from Bama. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now Hundley. This will be his first throw off the bench. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
To Edmonds on the toss. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves up.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Carlson now to add the extra point. Oh, he pulled it right. It's no good. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
35 to Mike. In your face.
On 2nd and 9, Huntley. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield.
Holding.
Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. First down, Edmonds, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now, Huntley. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Huntley. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will get it at their 20-yard line. Mike Glennon now and the rest of this offense heading back out. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible. I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. But when you're able to run the football, typically speaking, your team's doing pretty well. And in this case, they're winning.
We'll see if they have balance on this drive. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Ready?
Glennon. Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Richard. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken at the 18. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on 2nd down. Hundley. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Glennon. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
He completes it to Nelson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. J.J. Nelson, 30 yards. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Now.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
following the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out is Brett Hundley and the rest of the offense as they'll take over here. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing, Hundley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Harris to return. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Face mask. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic 1st down.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Richard. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic 1st down.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Washington now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Second and 13. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Glennon now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Here's a give to Richard. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now a handoff to Richard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Man, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Brandon Williams. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So out now come the Cardinals. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. 2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Andy Lee now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is Harris. Fighting through. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Draw play, Washington. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
to set a tone.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports.
Down. 15 line. 15 line. 23.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Glennon. Jones has it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Here we go.
Glennon now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll try to counter with Washington. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
60 outlaw.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On first down, Richard. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd and 7, Glennon, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. This is Richard. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Draw play. Edmonds pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
From just shy of midfield, Hundley. And this is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. 3rd down here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his man. It's Butler. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Edmonds running out of the shotgun and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Hundley. He's got it to Williams. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 13. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll run on first down. Richard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
That goes for a gain of 31.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run the counter. Richard able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Glennon. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
On the draw, Richard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On first down, Edmonds. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Hundley. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Now Edmonds. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on 2nd down. Hundley. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They'll drop the throw. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They'll run on first down. Edmonds, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
I think a lot of people are a little bit surprised there that they ran the draw after that successful pass play previously, but the thought process had to be, maybe we can catch him rushing the passer and hit something big with the running play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. This is Butler making the catch. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive here, 3rd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Push him back. Push him back.
Here's Edmonds. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Second and 5 now. Hundley. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Hundley going to throw for him. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Let's go, D. Double tight. Hey.
On first down, Richard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
On the ready.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Ready.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
85, I'm coming for you. Here we go.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night